Amber, so I'm just curious. The last time I got a chance to speak to you was 4 years ago.
Okay.
And you were teaching kids in the gym back then.
Still do.
Okay, so what's the most challenging part of doing that?
When they start getting older, man, they start back, like talking back, and they start hitting teenagers. Like you're like, oh, jeez, no. Honestly, teaching kids is not difficult, right? Like the most difficult part for me is like when they come to me with their problems. Like, yeah, we're fighters, but adults, but we have issues. But man, like some of these kids nowadays, they're going through things that most people don't even realize, you know. And sometimes they don't feel so comfortable like going to their parents or like talking to people. So a lot of my kids come to me, they talk to me, they confide in me, and even though it's challenging because sometimes you don't know what to say, right? They're kids, like you don't know exactly what to do, you don't know, like you're not in their position, but just to have the ability and be in the position to be somebody's role model, to have somebody to look up to have kids come to me like, hey man, this happened at school today, I had this boy say da 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 da, or like, you know, people are, and to be their guidance and someone they can confide in, man, it's just like, so you're gonna make me cry.
Sorry.
It's just so fulfilling because I love those kids, you know, and all of them will be watching on Friday night, and I do this for them too. So yeah, it's great. It's hard, but it's great.
Okay, so this one's definitely not going to make you cry.
Are you sure about that?
Definitely. As a semi-former recent Bellator fighter,
Yeah.
what's your take on the possible sale of Bellator to PFL?
Bring them on. There's some fights in Bellator I want back, you know what I mean? So bring it on. Like whatever's going to give us featherweights, because yeah, we're fighting like for individuals, right? But what people don't realize is that the featherweight division is still like, it's not taken off, right? Like nobody's giving it the love besides PFL, besides Bellator. So if Bellator coming over to PFL, we can collab as featherweights. Like that's what we want as featherweights. Like we want to be paid too. We want that exposure too. Like we want all that too. And for the featherweights coming up, like it's forcing women to make these drastic weight cuts. And as women, it's not good for us, you know, because they're trying to get to the UFC to be a 35 or to be this. Like, you know, we should be healthy, and we're not going to be able to do that unless we have more exposure, unless we have big promotions also fighting for us featherweights. So I think I'm for it. I think it's amazing.
Thanks.
Yeah, of course.